Please welcome brothers and veterinarians Ryan and Ross Henderson. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. Now, y'all grew up in the... Yeah. You grew up in the veterinarian business, right?
Yes. My dad, he's been a vet for almost 45 years. We grew up just behind the scenes, fell in love with it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, going to honestly, going to the grocery store and shopping, and we'd meet as clients, and when we were maybe 8, 9 years old, our job was literally to introduce ourselves and learn their names for my dad. So that was part of the job, and then emergencies. Yeah, we'd be out at dinner, and my dad would have to he would get paged back in the day when there were pagers.
Yep.
And he'd be like, I have to leave. I have to go in for an emergency. So yeah, it was all part of our life.
Now the whole family works at the vet, right?
Yes, yeah, I mean, more or less. My dad, my brother, myself.
My fiance, she's a vet tech. So she manages to get in there. So.
My wife helps out at front desk during the summer.
Yeah.
She works in the schools. My little brother.
Yeah.
Our 13 sisters.
No,
I was gonna say, wow.
All our dogs.
Yeah.
Literally all our dogs are there. So they're just running around. It's kind of like a little dog park.
That's awesome.
Inside, so.
And Ross, you're known as the singing veterinarian. How did that come about?
Just growing up, I always knew I wanted to be a vet, and then I got kind of taken in by music, and it's always been a huge part of my life, and my guitar lives at the office, actually, this one over here. It's just, between appointments and sitting with animals, and our office manager, Darcy, is the culprit. She filmed me playing to a dog before surgery, and
Went viral.
Yeah, in a good way, because in veterinary medicine, viral means a negative thing.
Yeah, this is a positive, positive viral sensation.
But sensation, yes.
Yes.
So, that was crazy. I mean, it was just a whirlwind. I mean, we had news stations in and everything, and then a few months later, we had production companies that were like, hey, we want to develop a TV show with you, and then we were having to pick between ones, and then a year and a half later, we're finishing filming.
Yeah. It's funny because we've always made a joke about just how fun we're having at work and how kind of goofy we all are, and honestly the drama that's involved with our jobs and us being family. And we always joked about, man, there should be a TV show about us. And then it kind of just naturally happened.
What is that like working with family?
It's I mean, honestly, if I can get a little serious, it's the most amazing thing ever. Like working with my bro.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is you can.
Let's hear.
Your 13 sisters.
That is the truth.
To be able to share the same passion too.
Yeah. It's awesome.
We saw in the clip you guys have an array of animals. What types of, you have dogs and cats, of course, but what else do you guys work on?
Yeah, well, that's more so Ross's specialty. So I'm more so, at home, I actually have 4 dogs, a cat, and 2 chickens. So, with my fiance, yes, and chickens.
What did chickens come into the vet with complications of? I don't know.
Yes, exactly.
Bird flu?
So Ross is I own chickens, but I don't know how to work on them. So that is actually in one of the episodes. I actually bring my chicken into Ross.
Well, and I've seen the chicken that was that a dog had tried to attack, and then I actually had to stitch it up one time as well.
Oh wow!
You got a little.
Can you get
it? Look, family.
Normally he licks his finger first.
Oh yeah. Well, we're on TV, so yeah. Well, we have pet parents who have questions for the doctor.
All right.
Where's Miss Diana? Hey, Diana.
Hi,
What's your question?
He's not going to sing to you. Don't ask.
Oh, too bad.
Might.
My cat, Felix, gets constipated really often. What can I do for that?
Constipation is actually kind of, it's usually secondary to dehydration. And so as a doctor, I'd prefer maybe running some blood work and looking for reasons why we might dehydrate it. It might just be behavioral.
Is that Felix?
He looks constipated.
He looks cold. Thank you, Miss Diana. Thank you.
Maybe
great question.
He could be stressed out. That affects me sometimes. Moving on, a question from Carrie on Facebook.
All right, she writes, quote, I have a rescue puppy that has extreme anxiety when I leave him home alone. What is the best way to calm him?
Separation anxiety is very, very common. One of the things that we don't often realize we're doing is we're encouraging it by making big ordeals when we leave, and when we come back home, like I miss my dog Charlie, like crazy, like right now. I'm actually thinking about her.
Yeah.
But
Stress on
when I get home and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just really want to love on her. But that creates this big event when you leave and come back, which then makes them anxious.
Yeah.
And
You should almost ignore them when you come home if you have a dog like that.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's hard. It's hard.
for a few minutes, it's not like you come home and 4 hours later you're like, okay, you can come out.
Yeah.
But it's, I think, ultimately eliminating the triggers. And there's so many triggers. We'd be here for a while if we went through every one. And then, at the worst case, if it is like they're causing self-harm to themselves, oftentimes we can kind of prescribe medication to help facilitate that transition period to where they're more comfortable and kind of get into a better routine.
Yeah. Definitely.
I say bring them to work. I always say offices should allow dogs.
Oh, yeah.
It helps
yeah.
with morale. People get excited. It's the best.
We are very much pet friendly.
Thank you for writing in, Carrie.
Yeah,
Thank
great
you, Carrie.
question.
All right, next, where's Jennifer? Jennifer in our audience.
I have a 7-year-old dog who licks everything, everyone, anything, hands, pillows, couches, floors. I have no idea what to do with that.
That's a tough one.
Honestly, there is like a bonding thing about licking there that does help them feel affection in the same way that dogs will grab your shoe, like my dog, and bring it to the farthest corner of the yard when it's snowing out. But I think, you know, if it is, again, my philosophy is if it's causing harm or an issue with the dog or even the bond between you guys, then that's when we kind of jump in and try and intervene. If it's just, you know, if it's a harmless lick here and there, I'm team face lick personally.
Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay, before we go to break, we have to ask Dr. Ross, would you please serenade our friends?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Our animal friends watching. Bring your dogs to the TV right
Yes.
now. Dogs and cats and chickens to the TV.
This song is called Desperate to Please. I wrote it to my wife, inspired by animals being desperate to please us. Yeah.
Right, they are.
Oh, how you know me would never let me get lonely now. That's how you show me that you're all I need. Well, pull me in. I don't want to face life without you again. Or fall on my knees, be swept up by the breeze. Yeah, baby, I'm desperate to please. Baby, I'm desperate, please. Please, please.
Nice. Yes. Nice work. I will harmonize with you any day. Thank you. Doctors Ryan and Ross, season 2 of Hanging with the Hendersons returns to Animal Planet in June.